All right, guys, in this video, I'm gonna teach you exactly how you can make your first $100,000 in high ticket sales. And even if you're already in high ticket sales, this framework is bulletproof and it'll make sure that you can always scale, always have confidence, and crush your competition. Let's go. Okay, guys, so first things first, you got to know what high ticket sales is. There is hundreds of industries under the high ticket sales umbrella, whether it's like real estate coaching or it's like fitness coaching or it's educational coaching or whatever it is. There's a lot of different industries that fit under that, and they typically have a product that costs, let's say, $10,000 to $50,000. Now, I would urge you as you're getting into high ticket sales to find something that you believe in. Because sales is the transfer of emotion and sales is the transfer of belief. And if you just sign up for whatever it is to sell whatever it is, you typically don't have that like belief edge that it really takes to close these products. And when you have $10,000 and $15,000 products, the average commission on a $50,000 product is 10 to 15K, just depending on your percentages, how long you've been there. But I'm just giving you an example. That's how high ticket closers can make so much money, because there's a lot of opportunity. Now there's higher ticket products that can be $100, $200, $300, $400, $500,000. That's not what we're talking about just yet today, but you can see that there's a lot of opportunity in this business. But there are people that make $5,000 a month and there are people that make, $150,000 a month. There's a difference between those two, and that difference is skill and belief. So start with belief and pick a product that you have used. Pick a product that you like. Pick somebody that you want to work for that you believe in. And if you do that, you've already killed half the battle, because when you get on the phone with somebody, you're going to have that internal belief. You're not going to have to go learn the internal belief. In fact, we have one of the biggest high ticket coaching sales teams here in the Elliott Group because we have a lot of high ticket products. And all of those guys are required to be a client first before they can even be considered as a team member. Do you know why? Because if it changes their life, then when they're talking to a customer, they're instantly going to believe, unlike the regular salesperson that's never really taken a product. Also, second tip, if you're going to be in high ticket sales, make sure that you're investing in yourself. Because if you've never invested in yourself, it's hard for you to ask other people to invest in themselves. Now, this framework is really the only framework that you need to be able to sell. A lot of people try to make high ticket sales complicated. It's not. I put up tens of millions of dollars in revenue myself. I am one of the top high ticket closers in the world in terms of revenue that I put up. So the model that I'm going to teach you isn't something that I made up. Actually, it's very common in the high ticket space, but a lot of people learn something, but they don't really live it. So I want you, as you learn this, or maybe if you've even seen it before, I want you to actually really learn how to live it. So watch how I'm going to teach this. Every single person has a current state. This is the state of their life, okay? This is the gap. We call this the gap. And this is their desired state, okay? There's not a person in the world right now that doesn't have a desired state, a dream, where they want to go, where they want to get to, okay? But there's a roadblock. There's something right here, this little bridge that they don't know. They have a missing structure within inside of their skill set, within inside of their mindset, within inside of what they're currently doing. They're missing something, okay? When you have their current state and you're talking to them, you have to be very inquisitive. You have to be very curious. You have to be able to ask questions. Okay? Questions are the gap. Questions are going to allow us to break their belief system. Okay? We're not going to get on the phone and be like, this is what you need. This is what you need to do. This is how you need to do it. People don't really want to be told what to do. Okay? People want to make it their decision. A good closer is going to make it easy to say yes to, hard to say no to, and they're going to make it the customer's idea. And the only way that you do that is asking intelligent questions. So let's say I was selling a fitness program for, $10K. I'm going to ask this guy, like, where are you currently at in your life? What do you currently weigh? What's your current day-to-day lifestyle look like? And I'm going to get him talking about where he's currently at. I'm currently this. I'm currently this much overweight. I'm currently this. And I'm going to get him telling me about him. This is where I'm going to be able to build rapport and get to know him. But this is very structured. I'm going to have my list of questions out, and I'm going to know that I'm going to ask the same questions to these people pretty much every single time. It's going to be automatic. And where I can find out where he currently is at, his current state of where his life is. I know exactly who this guy is. He's married, he has kids, he's a busy executive, he's doing really well in life, but he lost his mind and didn't take care of his fitness. I know exactly where this guy's at. Say the offer's real estate, for example, and this guy's trying to learn in real estate. I'm gonna say, hey, what is your current income? How are you currently doing at the job that you're at? How long have you been doing it? Listen, you say that you want to go to 30 grand, that's their desired state. You're at 5,000. What do you believe is holding you back the gap from getting there? Well, I believe I just don't have the skill. Okay. That's a very different skill from 30,000 to 5,000. Have you seen somebody that has that skill and they're making 30,000? Yeah. What's their name? Johnny. He's in my company. What's the difference between Johnny and you? You guys are both human. But Johnny, probably you've seen him have a different skill. What is it? And he's like, it's closing, it's this, it's that. He's telling me exactly what I need to do to sell him. Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions. How long has this problem been going on? You relate with them. You listen. You understand them. Have you tried to fix this problem before? If so, what type of things did you do to try to fix this? Listen. Understand him. The number one problem with sales is you want to sell them so bad that you don't even really understand their pain points. You don't even really let the pain points come out because you're really just trying to solve a problem before you even really know how deep the problem is. This customer over here, before he gets to his desired state, sometimes he doesn't even know how deep the problem is. When you can ask questions and you can get them to discover how deep this problem is, how deep this gap is, that's when money exchanges hands. Every person has a desired state, but amateur salespeople, they never really get to understand what that desired state is because they're usually trying to solve a problem too quick. Let this person tell you all about that problem. How long have you had that problem? Have you tried to fix this problem before? You said you're married. Does your wife know about this problem? Has she seen you struggling with this problem before? Say you're selling an alcohol package and these guys are alcoholics. How long have you struggled? How long has this been wearing on you? Is this wearing in your business? You know, what things have you done to try to solve it? What are the consequences if you don't solve this problem? What happens if you don't solve it? What happened? Well, my family's at risk. My business is at risk. If you're in the real estate, what happens if you don't figure this out? Well, I've got kids, man. And so if I don't figure this out, I can't sustain at this level of income. That becomes a deep problem. And when it's a deep problem, money will get exchanged hands because they will see that they have an emotional connection to this problem. But you're never going to figure out what this gap is unless you ask questions, unless you're inquisitive. I see a lot of salespeople, they're talking more than they're listening. You need to be talking about 40% of the time. The customer needs to be talking about 60% of the time. Because when they do that, what happens is their guard comes down. They feel like you're with them, you're on their side, that you're really listening to them because you are. In sales, the biggest problem is listening because you want to respond intelligently and prove how smart you are and how good you are. Dude, I've been there. I've done that. It's inherent for salespeople to go in there and say those types of things. But what you want to do is really listen to understand who this person is, to make a genuine connection with them. Because even if they buy and you just force them to buy with your words, that's not sustainable. A lot of them will cancel. We want them to arrive at this conclusion, the desired state themselves. Great, man. I've gotten to know you a lot. I see that this problem is extremely painful. I see that you have XYZ. I see how hard you want to solve this problem. Let me ask you this. If I had something that could solve this problem and it was within your budget, would you take action? Qualify the problem. You told me that you're missing 3 sales a day and you're saying the average commission of that problem is $500 and you're missing 3 of them a day. So you have a $1,500 a day problem. You work 20 days in the month. So you have a $30,000 problem right here, which means you have a $360,000 problem on the year. Dude, this is huge. We need to solve this right now. If we could solve this problem for you, would you be committed? Now, commitment is in 3 things. Time. You got to put the time in. Even if you put the money in, but you don't put the necessary time into the program that we have, that other customers just like you are taking and solving this exact same problem, it won't matter. Energy, you got to put the right energy into it. And then obviously there's an investment. If the investment is within your budget, would you do the work? See that? They're going to say, yeah, I would do the work. Or no. They say no, hey, it's okay, man. It's probably because you're saying that you don't have any money. Is that right? Yeah, okay. Well, the problem isn't money. It's just that you don't have the right skill. When you don't have the right skill, you never have the right money. So if we don't fix the skill problem, we do have the right money. So we're gonna need to fix the skill problem in order for you to fix the money. Does that make sense? Yeah, and then I'd get him right back on track. I'd still close him. I'd still work on it, okay? So don't just give up, push through, okay? But I can qualify that problem. I know where his desired state is, and I know what he's trying to accomplish. And if I've done a good job asking questions, I've done a good job figuring out what that pain point is in high ticket sales, you could be a person that's making 50, 60, 70, $100,000 a month. It just depends on your level of skill, your level of communication. Do you work on this every single day? And then it depends on, are you in the right offer? And if you have the right offer, you have the right skill, you can do that. I see a lot of people though that are in the right offer, but they don't have the right skill. You can have a level 10 offer, but you have a level 1 skill. It doesn't matter. You need to have a level 10 skill matched with a level 10 offer. And if you have that, then you can create a life that you couldn't even imagine. So high ticket sales is on fire. If you need help, let me know. I have this high ticket closers book. Oh my gosh, it's dangerous. Top 50 closes. Okay, top 50 closes. You can reach out to me at 480-780-2203. It's free. I'll send it over to you. If you're in high ticket and you remember these different closes, it is absolutely freaking wicked, okay? And you can also join me for role play sessions and different things in our community. You see the link in the bio. Join me. Let's crush it. Let's kill it. Go be great. Listen, right now you're competing with a lot of people that don't want to be great. So it's so easy to make money. It's so easy to be great because most people don't want to do it, and you do. Let's go.